the comments that I see on the Bucket website. I look at these old ass plugins, and if I see somebody commenting in the last let's say 15 to 20 days that it still works, then at least I'll know that it will work with 1.4.6. But as we all know, the snapshot for 1.5 has been released, the Redstone update, so who knows how much longer we're going to have 1.4.6 before we're at 1.5. With 1.5. So, who knows? We got one corner of the map done. Yay! Only 3 more to go. And of course, when this map is completed, it will be at the spawn point at the Loki Land Town Hall in the little map room. And you can also buy a map pack from the donor shop. I just haven't figured out how to pull that one off, but we will offer map kits available. So, I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna buy the map pack and have to wait for either myself, Arbiter, or Avalanche to deliver the maps to you, or any of the other people that are in at that time. So, but in total there will be a 10 pack of maps. You'll have your Loki Land Center, north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and then the island village. And I'm thinking about also making a Skyland map pack for the floating Skyland island. But I haven't had very much luck mapping those kind of regions, because like I did the island village map, and no matter what I did, I went through probably 10 attempts to try to start at the middle of the city. Even starting in the middle of the city didn't start me map. So, you know, the best map we came up with so far is the one that's actually sitting at the medieval village. There's a village right here. I think there's a village. Is there a village over here? Yep, there's a village. Let's drop down there and drop a signpost. Let's see here. Let's put it... Yeah, so this one doesn't have a lot of buildings, but it's got a shitload of farming, so... it's always nice. They do have a church. I do not think there's a blacksmith here. Okay, I need an item frame. And my favorite jungle plank. Or oak wood, actually, is what I use out here. So let's do that. Let's just take it right here. 1, 2, 3, 2, and drop the map off. Hey, you rat bastard. Come on. There we go. And throw some torches in there for lighting. One in the bottom and one on the top. I really wish these would be brighter, but you know, what do you do? Alright, back to our mapping. And as you see, we do have a nice little green dot there now. That's the whole reason I do these like that. So anytime you do come across one of our official maps, the green dots will represent either faction villages or just straight up villages. Because I guess the plan somewhat is to use all these NPC villages for the factions. Because we have literally so freaking many villages. Oh, I'm off the map. There we go. I know, I lost count after the 15th village that we uncovered here, so... And it's funny because, you know, in comparison, Arbiter's local world that he's got is like 1,000,000,000% water. Oh, and there's the other village right there. So let me go drop a map off over there. And this one's actually much bigger. And yet, the funny thing is, less villagers in this one, if I remember from my local mapping of this. So, and there are quite a few dungeons out here too, by the way. And this one does have a blacksmith, by the way, right there. You can tell by the roof. So let's put this one. Okay, that's odd. I'm hearing zombies beating on doors, but it's daytime, so interesting. Oh, and also I think per capita we have more, we've got more temples than I've ever seen in any seed before. Let me go find out what this zombie's up to here. Hold on. That's odd. I don't think he understands it's daytime. Oh, well. Some of these weren't look at that. Look, there's a torch here, but it's dark. Love it. That was awesome. Now, where the hell is this zombie at? Yeah, I love how some of this stuff hasn't rendered out for me yet. We could fix that, though. Yep, here we go. Oh, I think he's there stuck in the house. Oh, let's let him out, shall we? Come on out! Come on out and burn! There he goes. All the zombies are running because they're like, wait, it's like, it's not that time. All right, where did that blacksmith? Let's go check it for chests. Let's see what we got in here. And we do have a chest in here, and inside there is 1 diamond, a iron helmet, 4 oak saplings, 6 obsidian, an iron sword, and iron boots. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to throw in, what am I going to throw in here? I'm going to throw in my arrows. Nah. The bow with power 5? Nah, we're not going to throw anything in there. Alright, let's get back to mapping. Okay, so I gotta go this way. So up, up, and away. So, yeah. Yippity skippity. I think this portion is like mostly all desert, if I'm not mistaken. I think there might be a temple that's half buried out this way. But I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember much of the desert area. I kind of was like falling asleep when I mapped this out locally. So it was just one of those, kept opening my eyes to make sure I was still on the right part of the map, and then just kind of like laying here with my finger firmly pressed on the up button. This has got a nice little oasis here. Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, and people have asked, will we have the Hunger Games? At this point, I'm going to say I don't know yet. Not going to lie, I'm not familiar with the Hunger Games, nor is Arbiter. So I guess we could check it out, and you know, if it's something that we find somewhat appealing, we'll throw it in here. But you know, there's enough servers out there with just Hunger Games. So I mean, honestly, if you want to play the Hunger Games, or you like to play the Hunger Games, you're already on a server that has a decent version of it. So, you know. But with that said, I'm not saying we won't have it. Maybe not at launch, but you know, I'm sure we'll have something. I'm kind of more keen of setting up an adventure world more than a Hunger Games. I think you guys would have more fun with new stuff than stuff that everybody already has. And that's the one reason I was kind of iffy about doing the walls. Because right now it seems to be the flavor of the week. But I have, like I said, I watched enough of the YouTube videos and, I can see it. You know, there's parts of it I don't understand. I don't understand why there's so many different time variables to it. Oh, is that a wolf? Got a wolf over there? No, it's sheep. I say I've never seen a wolf chilling in the desert unless it was a tamed one. Like I saw, get high up over here in the jungle. I saw a couple videos of the walls, both version 1 and version 2 actually, where the time, the gather time was 15 minutes all the way up to 35 minutes, and I didn't understand that. I'm like, okay. You know, I think 15 minutes is plenty. I think 35 minutes is overkill. You know, giving somebody 35 minutes to gather materials and shit, I don't know. I say 15 minutes, build your base, gather materials, grab your food and stuff, and then bam, drop the walls and get ready to rumble. But that's just me. And turn. And don't mind my coughing, my intermittent coughing. I was down for most of this week with the flu. I got to start January 1st puking my guts out. So that was fun. As I mentioned, I think it was yesterday or maybe earlier today, I says, you know, I haven't puked in 10 years or more. I think I was making up for lost time. But it was a really shitty way to start the new year, let me put it that way. Not something I want to do anytime soon. And the bitch of it was I thought I dodged the bullet because the wife and the kids had taken off to her mom's for Christmas, and they all were sick there with the flu. The entire house was like fucking outbreak. They were all sick, and they came home and they were all fine. And like a day later, day and a half later, bam, I'm puking my friggin' guts out. So they weren't all fine. They were still contagious when they came home, which really sucked for me. But, you know. What do you do? So I spent most of the week in bed and doing minimal stuff in here. I mean, I did a lot of reading and learning the YAML markup language and learning what codes go where. We got all of the groups set up right now, so all of the groups are set up. All the kits are set up too now, by the way. And all groups and kits, those are all grouped together and whatnot for our donor ranks. And we also have Disguise Craft installed, so you can disguise yourself and play as you know, a passive mob or an aggressive mob. We also have the hat command in, so you can wear any block as a funny hat. Although I wouldn't call it a hat. I threw a stone on and it was covered my entire head. So, you know, that's not what I would call a hat. And what else do we have installed? I don't know. We got a shitload of plugins right now. A lot of mods. Most of them are all behind the scenes mods that, you know, are more for us than for you guys, but... And as I said earlier, I'm still working on trying to figure out to get somewhat of an updated achievement. Well, I mean, it's going to happen. The minute you log on to the server for the first time, you are a visitor. But what I want is it to automatically upgrade your rank once you have performed a series of 3 tasks. Now, that would involve an achievement plugin that actually still works with 1.4.6 or above, what the case may be. And so far I have not found any that does do that. So it's either going to come down to one or two different things. One, we've got to hire somebody to make the mod for us. Or two, we're going to have a mod positioned at the info center. And as a visitor comes in, once the visitor reads the 2 books and walks down the library hall and takes a nap, then they're going to have to manually upgrade their rank to Wanderer. And Wanderer is the default free rank. And Wanderer has a few perks to it, but not a whole lot, you know. You want perks, you're going to have to become one of the donor ranks. And those have been slated. We have them now. And those range from Woodsman to Bedrock. And Bedrock is the highest. And then there's also Honorary Staff, Honorary Mod, and Honorary Admin. We have those. They're just not set up yet. But we've got Woodsman, Stonemason, Iron Giant, Golden, Diamond, Obsidian, Emerald, and Bedrock. Yep, those are the 8. Those are the 8 core donor groups, starting at $15. Some of the perks that we've got, like I said, you can disguise yourself. You can, Bedrock people can fly. So I think Bedrock, Obsidian, and Emerald can fly. Maybe Diamond. I'm not quite sure. But we'll have all the what do you call them? The standard perks, you know. You'll have colored text in the chat room. You'll have colored text above your name, custom prefixes. Different ranks can have X amount of claimed properties they can build on and whatnot. Home points you can set. You'll have access to the warp command, the top command. We may or may not give out the fireball command. I've been playing with that, and it's kind of cool, but it doesn't seem to do any actual damage to the blocks. So I think it's being treated the same as creepers. Which, by the way, creepers do explode, but they will not damage blocks. So if you watch the Railway YouTube video, you'll understand why that happened. Let's just say I never want to have to rebuild a railroad ever again. So, and we will be having Dr. Zarek's Mo Creatures mod installed sometime next week. So we will have all the extra bells and whistles, animals, both passive and aggressive, and also extra creatures. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not you actually have to install that locally too, or not. I'm still looking into that, because I don't know. I'm sure any of you guys out there watching this live or watching it on recording would know more than me, but I went to the, excuse me, sorry about that. I went to the Minecraft forums and looked at the official posts for the Mo Creatures. And at the bottom of the post, it had a server link. And it said, hey, come check out the mod, live on this server. Make sure you have the latest version installed of Mo Creatures. So that led me to believe that you have to have Mo Creatures installed in order to see them on a server. But I've been told that I was wrong, and I was also told I was right, so I don't know. probably put a call out over to the guys over at Whoopa Gaming and see what they know about that. Because I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but if you've never played Minecraft before, there's a good chance you won't have a clue on how to install the mods. And especially when it came down to Mo Creatures, I think Mo Creatures required like 3 different mods, if I'm not mistaken, in order for it to work. How it took me a good week and a half before I felt comfortable enough before I messed with my jar file. And that was just to install the Villagers app. So it would tell me when I came in X amount of blocks away from a village, which made mapping just a breeze. It's getting dark again. You know, it's odd, we haven't had any rain since I've been mapping this. Now, granted, I was in the desert for a while, but, you know, it seems to rain a lot here in Loki Land Minecraft edition. Oh, yes. Teronsuke is tired. And I guess I can use this video since I have seemed to talk the entire time through it, so it means we will keep this and throw it on the YouTube channel. For anybody curious about my nickname, Teronsuke, who also know me as my, I guess what you'd call my real nickname of Loki, Teronsuke is actually not too far off of Loki. It's still on the whole Norse mythology, Norse gods thing, Norse. Teronsuke translates to son of Tyr, and Tyr is the god of truth, justice, and law, and Loki is the god of lies, mischief, and deceit. So I always basically had a mix of those two between Tyr and Loki. And for me, it was my own little yin and yang, my perfect little balance. So Teronsuke, Teronsuke, is son of Tyr. And why I'm using Teronsuke instead of Loki for my player name is, well, simply put, back when I did play games all the time, Teronsuke was the handle I went by. So, you know, when I was doing D&D and Zork and all that stuff, I always used my Teronsuke handle. Because that was something that Arbiter asked. He's like, well, wait a minute, why Teronsuke if this is Loki? Not be Loki. Well, for one, it's a nice little way to hide a little bit, too. Because this is really only called Loki Land because it's an extension of the Loki Land brand. And we have our virtual world over in the other verse, and now we are branching into the world of Minecraft. But I will say, between the two platforms of Otherverse and Minecraft, I gotta say I like the Minecraft one better. And simply because I have total control over my environment. You know, I don't have to worry about, like, okay, if, you know, now that we got the authentication issue solved, you know, if Mojang goes down, you can still come in here. You know, I'm not SOL because Mojang's down. And I also don't have to worry about whether or not Mojang decides to tell its player base when an update's coming or not coming. You know, you know, with our virtual world, we're kind of at the mercy of another company. You know, if they do something well, then we can reap the benefit. If they do something bad, it affects the entire community and economy, and we suffer. But with this, we control it all. We're writing the script coding. We're installing the modules. We're installing the plugins. We control the server. You know, so far, digging this a little bit better. And hell, in a way, you can do more here. The only downside between the two platforms is the avatars here. You know, everyone's Steve's looks the same. And I mean, you can get into skins and stuff like that, but yeah, okay. But this is by far a little bit more enjoyable experience at this moment. Once you get over the learning curve from hell. And I'm sure it's not as bad for other people, but, you know. My joke's always been I couldn't code my way out of a paper bag. And then I learned that I had to. And so I started, you know, I've always been able to do HTML and light PHP. But that was pretty much it. As it's gone on, I've had to learn more and more and more. And now I'm learning YAML. Yay! Not all that fun. You know what we are going to do, though? We're going to take a little break here for a moment. Once I get this one mapped here. We're going to see where the hell Arbiter's at. Let's see if we can pull him into this real quick. And then I also want to go grab a smoke. Let's see here. See where he's at. He's got a headache. He's waiting for the aspirin to kick in. Alright, so he's waiting on his owie medicine to kick in. So maybe we can pull him in a minute or two or three. Or even a little bit later than that. We're going to take a little pause for the cause while I grab a smoke. I just basically have to put one together here. So, anyone who has to go use the toilet, go do so now. We will return after these brief messages. Ribbit. This cigarette break is brought to you by MC Pro Hosting, mcprohosting.com. Alrighty. Hold on. Arbiter's talking to me. Although if you did come in world, this mapping would get done a lot quicker. Oh, so you heard that too then. It's true though. If both of us were in here. So, okay, we do have Arbiter on the feed, but not through voice. Let's get daytime back in here. So whoever's in the chat room right now, Arbiter's in there. On mic. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm not a big fan of the mapping. Doing the same map twice is even more, of a pain in the ass.